Imagine standing before the greatest empire the world has ever known and telling them no. An empire that swallowed nations, crushed kings, and ruled millions. But one woman, a queen from the heart of ancient Africa, refused to kneel. When Rome demanded her land, her gold, and her people, she answered with a war cry that shook the desert. This is the forgotten story of Queen Amanirenas, the one-eyed warrior who defeated Rome and forced an emperor to sign a peace treaty on her terms. A story so powerful. Rome tried to erase it. Let's bring it back. Long before the rise of Queen Amanirenas, the Kingdom of Kush thrived along the Nile, a civilization of warriors, builders, and traders, powerful enough to rival Egypt itself. Their capital, Meroe, glittered with iron, gold, and culture. And ruling this land was a line of warrior queens known as the Kandakes, women who led armies, negotiated with nations, and defended their people without hesitation. Among these powerful queens rose one name, Amanirenas, a ruler known for her strategic mind, her fierce loyalty, her unmatched courage, and soon, the greatest test of her reign would arrive from the north. In the year 30 BCE, Rome annexed Egypt. With Cleopatra gone, Rome pushed its borders south, closer to Kush. Governor Aelius Gallus believed Kush would be an easy conquest. After all, what nation could stand against Rome? But Rome made one fatal mistake. They underestimated the queen. Taxes were demanded, borders were pushed, insults were delivered. Amanirenas refused every single one. And then Rome went too far. They tried to enslave Kushite citizens. The queen snapped. She gathered her generals and said the words that would change history. Rome wants war. We will give it to them. Amanirenas didn't wait for Rome to attack. She struck first. Her army, archers known for deadly accuracy, stormed into Roman-controlled towns. They captured Sian, Aswan. They captured Philae. They even took the Roman bronze head of Emperor Augustus, ripped it from a statue, and carried it back to Kush. Not as a trophy, but as a humiliation. They buried it under the steps of a temple, so every citizen could walk over Rome's emperor. A message to the world: we fear no empire. Rome was furious. Emperor Augustus commanded a brutal counterattack. General Petronius marched south with thousands of trained soldiers. They destroyed towns, burned villages, killed civilians. And in one of the violent battles, Queen Amanirenas herself was injured. She lost an eye permanently, but she did not stop fighting. The queen wrapped her face in a cloth, mounted her war elephant, and rode back into battle. The image of a one-eyed queen leading her army terrified the Romans. To them, she wasn't a queen, she was a legend. Rome pushed deep into Kush, but they were far from home, struggling in the heat, dying from dehydration, and being ambushed at night by Kushite archers. Amanirenas used tactics Rome wasn't prepared for: hit-and-run attacks, desert ambushes, poison-tipped arrows, elephants charging through Roman lines. Rome could not break Kush. After months of fighting, both sides reached a standstill. And then, Amanirenas made her boldest move. She walked to the negotiating table without offering tribute, without bowing, without even removing her weapons. She stared down the representatives of the most powerful empire on earth, with one eye, but with the strength of 1,000 queens. And she said, "We will have peace, but on equal terms." Rome signed the treaty. Yes, Rome, the empire that conquered nations, surrendered to a queen. The treaty included no tribute, restored borders, freedom for Kushite citizens, full recognition of Kush's sovereignty. Historians still call it one of the most favorable peace treaties Rome ever gave to another nation. Augustus never bragged about this war. Roman historians barely wrote about it, because Rome could not admit what had happened. They had been defeated by a woman. Queen Amanirenas returned to Meroe a hero. Not just a queen, but a protector, a symbol of resistance, a guardian of her people. Her story lived in Kushite songs, in carvings, and in the bronze head of Augustus still buried beneath the temple steps. But the world forgot her. Rome made sure of it. Today we remember her again, a queen who stood against an empire, a woman who fought for her people, a warrior whose courage echoes across time. And now the question is yours. How many more stories like hers were lost, waiting for someone to tell them again?